Delete, 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 delete. What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day, coming off a great weekend. It's August 22nd, 2016, which means it's time once again to get on the sports drive right here on the Arena Sports Network. Live every Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays here from ASN from 11 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which makes it 10 to noon out here in the Central. Out there in the West Coast, it's 8 to 10 in the morning. So you could have breakfast, you could have lunch, and you can even have brunch while listening to this fine program. I'm Josh Lopez. I'm the host and producer of this fine program. You can follow me at Twitter at WZ Josh Lopez. I'm overall swell guy. Don't take myself too seriously. Unlike a lot of other people you deal with these days. I write for WrestleZone.com. Basically, what I do is I transcribe wrestling matches for people that can't watch the shows, whether live as it's going or, sometimes people are busy and they have to go to parties and stuff, so they can't watch what they want to watch at a certain time. So that's kind of my job. I'm supposed to bring in like a theater of the mind perspective to these articles, Sean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes. It's a lot of fun. I had a really, really busy week this past week, but it's been worth it. I want to thank all the great people that has been supporting my articles for WrestleZone. It really means a lot to me. Over 5,000 comments in my SummerSlam article is it's effing insane, man, and I couldn't be more grateful. Also, I host another show here on the network called the Josh Lopez Wrestling Podcast, which you can check out on Wednesdays at noon Eastern Standard Time. My good friend Adam Daly. We shoot the shit, just kind of like this show. We don't take ourselves too seriously. It's like, let's say like me and Sean are hanging out with each other in person talking about sports. That's the vibe you're supposed to get from this show. I know Sean's in blue bumblefuck Idaho, but and I'm in Chirac. But hey, it's like we're sitting right next to each other, two friends talking about sports.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically the goal of it. And we are going to talk about some sports. We're going to talk a little bit about wrestling. It's just me and Sean right now. Hopefully we'll have some more peeps join along with us. But if you want to join the conversation and interact with us today during the show, this would be a great day to hear from you fans. You can follow us at Twitter at @thesports_drive. Get into the YouTube chat room we got going on right now. Love to interact with you guys. If you have any comments, soliloquies, or anything about SummerSlam or anything about the sports action coming out this weekend, love to hear from you guys. This one public service announcement before we get going. As always, if this is your first time listening or watching the show, understand the fact that this is a non-politically correct sports talk show. So if you have a bug up your ass this morning, just because you got the case of the Mondays, please do not watch this program. It may not be for you. Trust me. And watch out for Sean during the Skippy Bayless badge hour today.
Oh no.
Yes. Anyways, I got everything out of the way. Let's get to one Gene Honda introduction. Maybe I'll do it as more the late crew express comes in. It's Jizzy first from Blue Bumblebee, Idaho. Yeah, that's right. I said Idaho, not Iowa. This young man loves going to Walmart and getting his hair cut there. That's one. He loves his boss. He does. He won't let you forget about it. He is a valet partner for the Walmart Strip Club. He is Bartman himself. Here we go. Once again, here he is, Sean Mann.
Yeri. What you just saw this weekend was a wonderful weekend of sports all over the world. Welcome, everybody, to the Sports Drive. It is Monday, August 22nd, 2016. It's 11:08 a.m. on the East Coast, which makes it 8:08 a.m. on the West, 10:08 a.m. Central, and 9:08 a.m. on the Mountain Time. For our show for today, of course, we got the intros that we're getting out of the way. I don't need to introduce Josh because he already knows that he's our leader of the show. We got the opening rant. Mine should be very, very interesting. Team USA winning the gold medal. Congratulations to them. We'll talk about that. The top 5 NFL teams to watch for. I mean, that's going to be a very big segment. I mean, we could have some surprises this year in the National Football League. Yep. On this day in sports history, and of course, that's a great segment. Birthday shout-outs, the Skip Bayless Bash Hour, trivia, raw preview, and the spoken word. That's our show for today. Hopefully we'll get Justin in here, and Browning and Frank and the Snowman. They're showing up a little bit late, but anyway,
we're on there for you guys. We got some members of the Sports Drive here.
Yeah, but doing okay, I guess, in general.
Okay. I'll say this. If you ask me what my mood is, I would say personally I'm in a really good mood. I had a great weekend. It was busy. There's a little I wouldn't say fatigue, but I've had to transcribe a lot of wrestling over this past weekend, so there is kind of a little burnout factor. I don't want to just fizzle out, but it's part of the job. You know what I mean? I signed up for this. I'm going to take as much work as possible. That's just my work ethic. So it was like over 10 hours of wrestling I had to transcribe with the 3 different shows I had to do this weekend, Sean. So, you know what? It's worth it. I don't care. Am I burnout? Maybe, but it's worth it. I'm doing the job, what I love to do, so it's fun. But in a professional standpoint, I am kind of pissed off, and I'll explain why in the opening rant. Before we get to the opening rant, let me introduce the first member of the late crew expressed here on the Sports Drive.
Sorry. This
young man hails from Blue Bubble Bee, Kentucky. This young man changes headphones more than girls change their thongs at Harold's Chicken Shack. This young man is the owner of Kentucky Fried Chicken, which was one of the sponsors, by the way, of SummerSlam last night, which I thought that was pretty funny. Here he is, the Chicken Master, a.k.a. Browning Master, Andrew Browning.
How you doing? No, I'm kidding.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine, you rat bastard.
Morning there, Browning. Sports Drive there, bud. Hope you had a good weekend.
How was your birthday on Saturday, you rat bastard?
Yeah, what'd you get for your birthday?
It was good. I got me a bracelet right here.
Nice.
Very nice.
Did you get it? Let me guess. He probably got a Cleveland Cavaliers championship hat or T-shirt. He's probably got that someplace stored away.
No, I haven't got that yet, but I will.
Yeah. Dang, that's the last thing I need to see in the world is that dang thing. Kidding.
Yeah, well, we're hoping one of these days here on the Sports Drive we'll get Sean and Browning in a bowling match.
Oh,
yeah, there we go.
Well, it's no problem at all because I am the bowling master in September.
Okay.
What? Yeah, I knew that. September 20th is when I go back for the bowling.
What?
Browning, serious.
Browning, hold up. You just came in late and you're going to start the once. I'll start the once. You're on timeout for once. Go ahead, Sean.
Timeout on that note. Anyway, good to be back as always. Good news is I am feeling better. I still got, you know what's bad about having a cold is when you get over it and the stuff still hangs. Yesterday, all through the weekend, I had bronchial crap, and now I'm like, I am hopefully going to get over that. Coca-Cola, thank you so much, Coca-Cola. Just kill this crap so I can get over it. Actually, Coke really does help. But anyway, I do sound better. I hope this week I will be completely healthy and over this. Last night, it was really, really bad because I had a really bad nosebleed. I had a really bad bloody nose. Don't know why. It was bad. Probably just because of all the congestion and stuff. But at least I'm better than I was Friday. I'm not coughing very, very much. Just still a little bit stuffed up. And my ears are still clogged up. Ugh, disgusting. Anyway, I guess we can start with opening rants. It's up to Josh, though.
All right, here we go. Let's get to the opening rants. Go ahead, Sean. I'll let you start first.
You know what? My opening rant is addressed toward you, Dad. Now, usually I leave family members. I try to leave them out of the show. But, Dad, you know, this whole summer, you have been chewing me out to shreds, okay? You've been ripping me for this. You've been ripping me for that. You've been getting on me because you think I have a lack of communication with you. A couple weeks ago, you threatened me, and you threw something at me when you were really, really angry because you didn't think I communicated. You didn't even think I went to work when I did. I went to work a couple weeks ago because it was really, really hot. I'm sick of it. I'm serious. I told Josh during the conference call, Dad, if you got problems and you're angry with me all the time, seriously, why don't you go see some counseling or go see a therapist? Because you know something? I'm sick and tired of your bullshit. Quit treating me like I'm some little kid. I'm an adult. I mean, you're going to get pissed off, Josh and Browning. This is what, I mean, you're going to get pissed off at me because I had to go into your study last night to print a syllabus. Dad, do you all see a printer in my room? No, I don't have a printer in my room. I had to use the printer to print out a syllabus so I could read and highlight important things that I have to get ready for because today's the first day of college. So stupid to treat me like that and treat me like I'm some little kid. I mean, stop doing it. Stop yelling at me and stop cursing at me. You're only doing your thing. You're only doing yourself bad because I tried to explain to you. I said, it's just a syllabus, Dad. It's just like how you got all angry with me and butthurt because you didn't think I locked up the house. I did lock up the entire house when I went to work, and I was able to get into it. I'm getting pissed. Stop it. I don't need you to treat me like this, and I don't need you to start treating me methods and life skills. I've been doing very, very well with my finances, and I've been doing very, very well with taking good care of myself. And I know when I'm out on my own, I will be very, very good to be more independent. I do want to get out on my own. I just can't until I find better employment and I find better work. But stop yelling at me. I'm sick and tired of the bullshit. You've been doing, I mean, Josh and Browning, ever since May 31st when I had a massive clash with my father, I have kept my mouth shut the entire summer because I don't want to deal with it. He's threatened me. He's threatened to call the sheriff on me. He's threatened to kick me out of the house. You know what? Get angry with me and butthurt and yell at me and don't have any trust in me. That's fine. And I had a conversation with my mother a few weeks ago when I was going to play practice. My mom says, Dad doesn't have very good teaching methods. I said, yeah, Mom. The teaching methods that Dad is teaching me is bullshit. I don't need him ripping me. I pay him his fucking rent every fucking month. I pay him rent. I am going to pay him back for the wisdom teeth surgery when I get better employment. So get off my ass. I'm sick and tired of your fucking bullshit and you treating me like I'm some little 8 or 10-year-old. Not cool to do that to me. I'm a young adult. I do a lot around the house. I try to pick up the house. I've been doing a lot of housework. I do chores sometimes and in this house sometimes. I mean, if I had a lot of money and I had a successful career, for reals, I would be out on my own and I'd be paying my landlord ahead of time. I'd be paying off bills. I'd be doing all of that. I know how to pay bills off. I know how to pay taxes off. I know how to do all that. I don't need a goddamn fucking pep talk, and I don't need to be ripped about this or that. I'm sick of it. And I've had to go to counseling to just talk about you and your pathetic ways of treating me with it. And maybe it's good because obviously you don't listen to me, you don't hear my side of the story, and I'm sick and tired of you ripping me about little things. I mean, you're going to get pissed and butthurt and go to work today all pissed off because I had to use your study about a fucking syllabus, and you're ripping me and you're grunting at me and you're yelling at me. Not cool at all. You should have been like, okay, you had to use a study, no worries at all. Because that's all I do. I don't even, Josh and Browning, I don't even go into my father's study very often. I just go in there to print a syllabus. I stay out of his study. The last time I had to go to the study, is when we were on Spreaker, and I had to be hardwired, and I had to borrow his study. Right now it feels good that I'm actually in my own room because he just has no respect. And you know what, Dad? You getting on me about wanting us to go big with the show. We will go big with the show, but stop being such a pest about saying, well, where's the money? Where's the action? You're the one. I have to agree with what Josh and a little bit with what Jeff said, that sometimes you were a bit of a pain in the ass to get on me about the fact that we weren't getting paid for the show. We're going to take the show big. We're going to make the better salary. And when I do make a better salary and I do make a lot of money, you know what's going to end up happening? I'm going to be like, see, Dad, told you so. You didn't have any, you don't have any confidence at all. And you know something else, Dad? You don't understand me, which is your problem. You don't understand all the fucking bullshit I've had to go through in life. I've had to go through your moves. I've had to go through all your changes. You are just full of shit. Stop treating me like a kid and grow up. Otherwise, go to a therapist and get yourself some help. The therapy has helped me out. Maybe a therapist will help you out, and maybe you can learn and understand that yelling at me and ripping me and threatening me is not going to get you anywhere with me. I mean, I have been very close to going to an adoption agency and going to a family and just changing my names, going to the court and changing my names, because you know what? I don't need your fucking bullshit. Act your age. You're in your 60s, for Christ's sake. Why don't you act like it and stop trying to treat me like shit? Secondly, that's A. B, transportation agency, I'm pissed off at you because you gave me a lack of communication. I was supposed to go to a meeting today. I hope I can still go to that meeting today. I probably will. And you're the ones that were telling me I had to call last Monday because a therapist of mine was sick. She wasn't feeling very, very well. Okay, just the crap that I've got. And you called off today? I didn't say anything about August 22nd. Get your facts right and understand that a lack of communication, not listening to me, is not going to work. I'm sorry, Josh, I hate this bullshit. And Browning, I hate it. You know, lack of communication and then getting scolded by my dad really pisses me off. I mean, I'm glad I got it off my chest today because I hate it with anybody who gives me lack of communication. I mean, don't you just get fucking tired of it?
Browning, it's your turn, bud.
All right. My open ratings is how Charlotte is. Charlotte's a two-time women's champion. That's sorry to massage your base, but I'm sorry. I just don't got the feeling of Charlotte. I respect Charlotte and everything. I just don't like her.
Oh.
Hey, she's doing her job, right?
I know that. Yeah.
She's a heel. You're not supposed to like her. This happened a gazillion times during the 80s.
Yeah.
Sean, I know you don't know anything about wrestling, but you ever heard of a guy named Ric Flair?
I think I've learned from him, from you, and from Jeff, and from Browning.
Anyways, Ric Flair is Charlotte's father, and dude, Browning, you're a wrestling fan. You're really surprised by that? She's a heel.
Oh, I know that.
Yep. Mm.
Alright. Well, that's fine. That's your opinion. I'm not going to go after you for it, but
Josh's opening rant.
one thing I can't stand is when people try to get in my way or distract me from what I'm doing while I'm doing my work for a living. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I take a lot of pride and passion in doing the play-by-play articles I do for WrestleZone.com. And yesterday, originally I didn't want to tweet anything during the pay-per-view because a lot of times during these wrestling shows, you go on Twitter and everybody says, oh, this show's the worst thing of all time, and why are you booking this, and why are you booking that, and everybody forgets that WWE is not a professional wrestling company. WWE's not Ring of Honor. WWE's not New Japan. WWE's not Lucha Underground. WWE, WWF, or WWF, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's entertainment. And the fact we still got these people with their fucking high horses and woe is me because WWE didn't book the show the way I want it to be booked. It's subjective.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why every time after every pay-per-view I have to come on here and remind people that wrestling is fucking subjective. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm here trying to transcribe an awesome world title match for a brand new title called the Universal title, and and I'm distracted because I have to go back and forth with a Nimrod over an argument over what a stupid prop looks like. All titles are props. There's no meaning to it. There's no lineage to it. Does that mean I don't respect the guys that hold those championships before? No, I respect all wrestlers that ever stepped in the ring and held titles. My point is, you got two guys busting their ass in a ring to entertain you, and you're going to take attention away from their hard work over the fact you don't like the design of a new belt. That's fucking bullshit. I'm not taking it from anybody. You can tell me anything you want. Oh, but how are you supposed to support a match when they're fighting for something that looks stupid? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And the fact that I almost missed transcribing half of the Seth Rollins Finn Balor over going back and forth with this jackass on Twitter last night, pissing me off.
Mm-hmm.
I have a job to do, and this is one of the reasons I hate being on Twitter during wrestling shows. I get annoyed because people forget about the fact wrestling's supposed to be fun and entertainment, not a freaking sport. Everybody's got to dissect wins and loss records. Hell, the company doesn't even recognize wins and loss records, right, Browning?
Yeah.
What's the last time you seen a wrestler come out and the graphics showed their standings? Give me an effing break, bro.
True.
I'm trying to enjoy SummerSlam. I get it. It was a long show. It wasn't as long as WrestleMania because at the time Brock and Orton started, that would have been the time The Rock came out for a 30-minute freaking talking segment with Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania earlier this year. This show wasn't that long. The pre-show went by a little fast. Yeah, it's 4 hours, maybe too long. I don't know. It's the second biggest show of the year, so who cares? I don't get it. I want to be I want to be genuine. I am genuine. This is my honest feeling. But at the same time, I want to be understanding and cool with all the wrestling fans out there because that's what I am at the end of the day. I'm not an expert. I'm not an analyst. Yes, I'm part of the media, but more importantly, I'm a fan of wrestling. And shit like that really takes the fun out of wrestling for me. I know it's my job to cover it now, but the fact that for people to get upset over that is just ridiculous to me. And I just hate it with the fact anytime I say I enjoy a show, I got to be questioned about it. What is it to you that I like a show and you don't?
Mm-hmm.
So just because you didn't like the show means SummerSlam sucked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just because I liked Dean Ambrose and Dolph Ziggler, and you didn't, that means that match sucked, right?
Pretty much, when you think about it. Mm.
There's people forget about subjective. There's no right or wrong answer. At the end of the day, were you entertained by it or not? Did it get you to think in a positive or a negative perception? That's what people don't forget. That's what people forget about wrestling. Not all the times in booking or whatever is about to make you happy or smile about it. It's got to get you to think. Just like what I brought up with Browning, with Charlotte winning the women's title as a heel tendencies. It got you to think. Sasha's injured. She's gonna have to take some time off, and I feel sorry for her because she's a great performer, and I wish her a speedy recovery. Got you to think. Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar. Why we go to the gash and the hard beating like that? Randy Orton suspended. There's more that meets the eye, and I try to be civil, and I don't like lashing out at wrestling fans, but when you're going to try to personally attack me and take my focus off of my work and my pride and joy, I'm going to go off. I'm sorry, but that's my opening rant.
it just really, really is sad that if you like something and then they, object to you about that's total BS. I mean, you're entitled to like whatever you want. They're the one that's getting all upset about it and all angry about it. I mean, that's what is really, really frustrating about it. And again, the concept of how people make little things into big things, and I'm pretty sad, pretty sad world we live in when people have to make such a big effing deal about, a little thing into a big thing. That's how sad our world is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, I know we've got a lot of other stuff to get to because I know today's kind of a full day.
What we're going to start off with, we're going to talk a little bit about Team USA winning the gold medal out there in Rio. Again, Carmelo Anthony winning another gold medal. Here's the thing, though. I remember Stephen A. Smith going off on Carmelo because Carmelo had this quote saying that if he never won a world title, that he would have been happy with his career because he won numerous amount of gold medals. And he won another one. He announced yesterday that he's retiring from international competition. So basically, he's retiring from Olympic play. And the Olympics won the gold. Team USA won the gold medal. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's the only good thing I ever thought about the Olympics so far. So, did you guys watch any of it? Your thoughts?
I was at work yesterday, but I saw the highlights on the phone. Congratulations to the Team USA men's basketball as they won 96-66. They continue to dominate the Olympics. They won it in 92, 96. I believe it was 2000. I think the only one that they lost for the Olympics was 04 or 08. I think it was one of those years. I remember they lost to some team, and then they got knocked out, and that was kind of disappointing that when it ended up happening. But very, very happy for the USA men and very happy for our country because the United States was able to win. They were the leaders. They won the most medals out of all the countries, and well done as always. Great job, United States, and good job to all the other countries who participated. And in 4 years, the next Olympics will be in Tokyo, Japan, I believe it is. I think it's in Tokyo in 2020.
2020. Interesting.
Wow, hard to believe. Browning, your thoughts?
I didn't watch the game because I had my softball scrimmage around that time, but I thought they did good. They did excellent. Dominated.
Well, it's amazing. LeBron James even said he wished that he was on the Summer Olympic team this year, but I think he's possibly leaning in 2020 to be on the Summer Olympics for the 2020 games. That would be, I believe, in Tokyo, Japan. But yeah, the United States, there were some close games though that they won.
Hold on. Brownie, you said your Meek Mill headphones broke.
Yeah.
Delete.
LOL.
All right. Go ahead, Sean.
But the United States just continues to dominate in that department, and I can tell you, I saw somebody posting on Facebook, and I really thought this was a cool thing that Mike Krzyzewski should even get a gold medal too. The job that he has done with the USA men's basketball team has been very, very incredible. He's a good coach. Krzyzewski's got, a few more years left at Duke before he retires after a great run that he has had with the Duke program.
Yep.
I'm really, really impressed with what he's done, and all the assistant coaches that put together a good team. So congratulations to the USA men's basketball.
All right, before we move on, because we got a really cool football segment we're going to do today, actually. Browning, I think you've seen the rundown already. So what we're going to do here in a couple minutes basically is put it in the chat room, put it on Twitter. We'll have our list here. What are 5 teams you're most looking forward to seeing this football season as far as improvement, storyline-wise, anything revolving football?
You want me to write this down on a piece of paper?
Yeah, if you want to, Sean.
Yeah, so we can make a note of that.
Yeah, just 5 teams you think will either have an improvement or a team that'll go down the tubes this year as opposed to previous years. It's something I thought of last night before I went to bed. I thought it'd be pretty cool to start it off here because we're
That's pretty
already
cool, though.
entering week 3 of the preseason already. It's crazy.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Can you believe Sean football's gonna be here in like 2.5 weeks?
I know, and we were talking about college football. I mean, in the group chat.
Wow. College football.
Oh, jeez. Well, there's some great matchups too.
Yeah.
All right, Browning, what do you expect? Yeah, the five teams, the top 5 teams to watch out for this year. What do you think, Bud? Who do you see kind of being the surprise team? This is a good segment that Josh came up with. Props always.
I see. I know not my Eagles are not going to be in there. The Cardinals.
Okay, Cardinals, that's number 1. Yeah, and I, you know what, Browning, I can agree with you about Cardinals. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Fine. Hates me to say this too. The Patriots. Let me try to figure out. Sorry, Josh.
Cardinals, Patriots, and you got 3 other ideas?
Ravens. Ravens, maybe.
Yeah.
Josh's favorite AFC team, the Ravens.
And Steelers, they might pop it off, but who knows?
Oh no, not Wes.
Wes's favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wes is a freaking Nimrod. Okay, just gonna say it. You're a fan for freaking Ohio. You're a Steelers fan.
I'm
Go
sure
ahead,
you
Sean.
have a lot of, and last one?
Johnny, what's your last one?
Maybe. Shoot, I'm trying to think. Maybe the.
Damn.
What's the last one that he said? I'm sorry, I had to text.
I don't
Pick
know.
up, bro.
I guess I'll.
Why don't
I
you
guess I'll
the Raiders?
Raiders. Quarterback.
All right, Sean, you're up next.
All right, and I got a good list here that I can kind of apply to with what Browning says. There's a few I can get. Number 1, I'm going to put the Oakland Raiders. I think when we gave our picks and we expected the Raiders to be big, I believe I have them at 11-5 for the AFC West. This is why I want to be more objective, and not be what you call subjective. The Raiders, Josh, for me, are a team I think we're going to watch out for. I think Oakland's got a lot of pieces, a lot of weapons, a lot of depth. They look really, really good heading into this season. I think you're going to see possibly a Raiders-Chiefs battling it out because Denver and San Diego, they don't look very, very good heading into this season. I don't see a lot out of San Diego this year and a lot out of the Denver Broncos this year. But the Raiders, definitely for 1, is a team to watch out for. Number 2, I'm going to put the Minnesota Vikings at number 2. Yes, man.
Oh, no.
I'm going to put the Minnesota Vikings at number 2. Reason why is because, Justin said it best on Friday, a couple weeks ago when we were talking about the NFC North, that if you look at the Minnesota Vikings, gentlemen, you look at the fact that, they got Adrian Peterson, they got Teddy Bridgewater, they've got depth, they got defense, and I got to tell you, that NFC North is going to be a 3-team race between Minnesota, Green Bay, and Chicago. Detroit, absolutely out of the question because the Lions aren't even going anywhere, and the Lions haven't recovered from the fact that they lost that heartbreaking playoff game to the Dallas Cowboys, and there was a lot of controversy surrounding that game. And, of course, the Lions haven't won since a playoff game since January of 1992. But Minnesota, though, this team is poised. I think, if the Vikings can learn from that playoff loss, when they had a 9-0 lead and everything was looking so good for them, hopefully they'll learn and maybe Blair Walsh will be forgiven. Number 3, boy, I tell you, number 3, I'm going to put the Cardinals in there. A lot of people are very excited down in the desert, down in Arizona, with what they see in Phoenix. A lot of people are really, really excited about what they saw out of the Cardinals last year. They went to the NFC Championship game, against Carolina back in January of this year. The Cardinals are good. They're young. They are a team that I honestly think will challenge both and that'll be the Cardinals and the Seahawks. The 49ers and the Rams aren't even close yet. The Rams, of course, are dealing with the new adjustment of selling out every game in Los Angeles, and that, I mean, I'm happy football is back to Los Angeles, but the Rams aren't even there yet. The 49ers aren't even close. I'm sorry there, Snowman. I don't expect to see a lot out of the San Francisco 49ers. For number 4,
Yep.
Number 4, and again, I'm glad I'm being more objective here. I don't want to be so biased here because, you know, this segment's about looking at other teams that could really sneak out of nowhere. I'm going to put the Washington Redskins, Josh, at number 4. I believe that they have got their future Hall of Fame quarterback. And what? Colt McCoy, that's his name. Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, Colt McCoy. I really like what I see out of the Washington Redskins this year. You know, because I think they're going to win the NFC East division this year. Every time they're in the playoffs, I do go for them because they got their proud history with what they did with Joe Theismann and Doug Williams and Joe Gibbs, you know, some of the great teams they had back in the decade of the 80s. And lastly, number 5. Okay, this is a team that I think realizes that this coach is going to be on the hot seat. This is a team I think that might go down or maybe even make the playoffs and then get booted out in the first round. We've always talked about this team before, and that's the Cincinnati Bengals. It could go either way for the Bengals. They could either go into the playoffs and get booted out, which leads to I think Marvin Lewis will get fired either way. Like if the Bengals get to the playoffs this year and they lose again in the first round, and it adds to more playoff misery for the Cincinnati Bengal fans, I honestly think the Bengals realizes that their that Marvin Lewis will be gone. However, if the Bengals don't even make the playoffs this year in the AFC North, Marvin Lewis will be gone. That's why I'm kind of saying the Bengals are at number 5 because I can see them kind of being this up and down team, you know, like they could get there and then boom, get booted out in the wild card. Or another situation that could end up happening is that they get booted out in the wild card game, or they have a losing year and they don't make it. Now we go to Josh. What do you expect for 5 maybe surprise teams in the NFL this year?
First one, I'll say the Green Bay Packers because I think reality will set in, and I think this is going to be the year where Mike McCarthy will get fired. Nobody's going to convince me that the Packers are suddenly just going to reemerge and be as dominant like they were supposed to be last year just because Jordy Nelson was out. It wasn't just him. For anybody to say the only reason why the Packers did not have success is because Jordy Nelson was there, you're lying to yourself. For anybody that's watched those Packer games as closely as I did as a Bears fan or anybody else from that division or any other teams they saw that year, the Packers have issues. Aaron Rodgers, I know everybody loves to rip Jay Cutler for his body language and his emotions and stuff, but Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most condescending quarterbacks I've ever seen in my entire life. If that wasn't the case, tell me why every time we heard about a Packers game, you heard reports about, Rodgers frustrated, trying to find chemistry with his receivers and all that. You're going to tell me Jordy Nelson's the only reason why the Packers had success on offense? And don't give me this crap that, Eddie Lacy's supposed to be dominant and stuff. The guy came in last season, looked like freaking Pablo Sandoval Jr. But he worked out this offseason, Josh. Come on, he worked out in the offseason.
You know what? Before we you go on there, Josh, with the other 4 teams, I'm going to kind of apply to that with the Green Bay Packers. I had them on my list. The Packers will be like the Bengals. I think, they realize right away Mike McCarthy is on the hot seat. And I am sick of the Packers because every year it's always the Packers in the playoffs. Same old teams. And I think what's so great about this segment is that we can see a lot of new surprising teams in there. Yeah. Maybe if we see some of the like the old teams, like I got the Raiders with mine. I got the Redskins in there, and of course the Redskins and the Raiders. Well, the Redskins were in, the Cardinals and Vikings were in, but I can agree with the Packers totally. What have they done since 2010 when they won the Super Bowl?
Jack shit.
Nothing. And you know what? The Packers are choke artists when it comes to the playoffs. We saw what happened against Arizona. How about the game? I'll never ever forget, as long as I live, the game that they had against Seattle when they lost that. And I remember when we were on Sports World Radio, we all talked about what was the problem the Packers had that cost them the game. There was other factors that happened. They couldn't stick the ball in the end zone at the critical time of the game, and when they only kicked field goals, that gave Seattle life because Seattle's defense kept them in that game because Russell Wilson had a horrible game in that. But then they came back and won the game, and then and all because a Packer bobbled a ball that he grabbed it and then went right off his pads, and the Seahawk recovered the onside kick, and then they've lost to the 49ers a couple of times. So the Packers know very, very well they have always had these good teams, but then they choke. But I don't want to see Green Bay in it. Green Bay was lucky that they got in there last year because they had two Hail Marys that bailed them out. They should have lost to Detroit, who was one of the worst teams last year at the time in December, but they were lucky because Aaron Rodgers bailed them out with a Hail Mary, and they were lucky they even went to overtime against Arizona because of a Hail Mary. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is not clutch in the playoffs, and the Packers are lucky.
Sean, let me continue on this. I wasn't done
Sorry.
yet.
Go ahead.
Their offensive line is less to be desired. I think their defense is kind of overrated. I mean, when you get shredded by freaking Russell Wilson and get shredded by Carson Palmer on defense, there's no excuse to it. And at the same time, there may be a possibility that Clay Matthews and Julius Peppers will be out with suspensions at the beginning of the year. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but we'll see. I don't get it. It's like every year, Sean, we get to this point, everybody's kissing the Packers' ass. Oh, they're gonna represent the NFC this year, the Super Bowl, Sean. Aaron Rodgers is gonna show he's the man. He's a bad man. He's gonna be the MVP. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. Stop. We do this routine every year, and guess what happens? Yeah, they make the playoffs, but they don't do shit after.
Yeah, then they choke, and then they and even in 2010, I thought the Packers were very, very lucky to win it that year. They had to go through they had to go through a very challenging round. I mean, I even didn't think they had a snowball's chance in hell to go into Chicago and beat the Bears, even though I'm sorry for bringing that up to Bears fans. But I'm just saying with Green Bay, I thought they were even lucky they won the Super Bowl. And I know that when the Packers won it, they wanted to probably stick it to Brett Favre because Brett Favre, jumped ship and played for the Vikings. You got 4 other ideas there, Josh? Because I know we got other stuff we got to get into.
Yes, I have number 2. I'm gonna go with the I'm gonna go with the Steelers actually on this one because it's kind of interesting. The team, kind of the grist of it. Their season came to end due to a ridiculous game with the Bengals. I don't know, Sean. I think they'll be a good team this year. I think Le'Veon Bell needs to get his head straightened in because he's a great player, and to just throw his career away for freaking weed and marijuana, I think it's ridiculous.
This is a Steelers team that hasn't won it since 2008, and you wonder how much time is left for Ben Roethlisberger. Will Ben Roethlisberger, will he be back? Well, yeah, I mean, he's won 2 Super Bowls. You got to give him props for that. Mike Tomlin, sure, he has the extension, but we don't even know if that is still going to be guaranteed. Yeah. Hard to say with their quarterback situation, and the AFC North. And I know that if there's one team that the Steelers hate the most, that they always want to beat up on, it's the Baltimore Ravens. That Steelers-Ravens rivalry has been ugly. It's been brutal. Those 2 teams have hated each other.
I think they're going to be good. Here's another thing, though. Martavis Bryant, he's out for the whole year. Sean, he's out the entire year.
Oh,
so, it's going to be interesting to see how the Steelers get past that. But besides that, number 3 for me, Sean, I'm going to go with my Bears. I know the trend about John Fox teams where, the first year may not be great, but he's always good with the second year squad. And I do like Vic Fangio. I think he's one of the best defensive coordinators in football. I really like our defense. I know a lot of people have questions about our offense, but I think, Sean, even though it's a preseason game, you can attest that there is talent on the Bears offense, especially with the way that first quarter started the other night. Um, this is a big year. This is a big year for the Bears because this year Jay Cutler has an option to buy out of his contract. You know, he did sign a long contract extension when Mark Trust and them were still here, but this could be a walkout year. Let's say Cutler has another bad year. He's like, hey, I want to leave. This could be a very big year from a positive or negative direction. I'm not sure what the Bears' record is going to be. I'm not going to say they're going to be in the Super Bowl or anything like that. But I do think this team will be way better than it was last year. And I feel, as you listen to the narrative in Chicago sports radio, everybody just tends to believe that, the Bears are going to be horrible because they're still stuck on the whole Mark Trestman era.
I think with the Bears, there's expectations will be big for the Bears this year. Not a Super Bowl team, but they're a team that, will battle it out with both the Vikings and the Packers. But you know what? John Fox, though, has done an incredible job with turning teams around. Carolina in 2003, he took the Panthers to the Super Bowl against the New England Patriots in February of 2004. Then with the Denver Broncos, did a great job there in 2013 when Denver, of course, went to play before they got destroyed by the Seattle Seahawks and lost 43-8. So I think there's a lot of people feeling that maybe in Chicago that this is a good year for the Bears. It's a pretty big time right now for the Windy City. I mean, I know you're disappointed, Josh, with the White Sox. Sorry for bringing baseball into this. The Cubs, who knows what they're going to be like. Expectations will be high in the Midwest for the Chicago Blackhawks. But the Bears, though, realize, look, we haven't won a Super Bowl in 31 years. So it's like we want to make sure that we can get back there. Haven't been in the Super Bowl since 2006. So they know very, very well what's at stake. They know what's ahead. They realize if we don't get there this year, maybe we're just a few years away from hopefully going to the Super Bowl and raising the Lombardi Trophy. And you got two other teams there, Josh?
Yes, I do. Number 4, Carolina Panthers. I want to see what the mental mindset of Cam Newton is. Is he the real leader that people make him out to be, or is he still going to be butthurt over what happened in the Super Bowl?
You got to learn.
There's a lot of times where teams from the NFC that make it Super Bowl one year have a really bad year the next. I don't know if that's going to be the trend with this team. I do like their defense. It's going to be cool that Kelvin Benjamin will be back since he was out most of last year with an injury. But I think this year is very big for Cam Newton's stock as an elite quarterback. Can he do what he did last year or even top what he did last year? That's the question. So that's number 4 for me.
The Panthers, in my view, are going to be seen as this, I think my question is, and my concern is can the Panthers recover from last year's Super Bowl? I think they can. Cam Newton needs to learn to, shake it off, forget about what happened in the Super Bowl. Okay, you didn't get your way. You didn't get to be Super Bowl MVP. You didn't win the Super Bowl. I mean, but you still have to be proud, that the Panthers, who were not expected to be a Super Bowl team last year, are the way I look. I mean, not expected to be there last year, made it, and and the team grew and learned from that. Where they weren't even supposed to be in the playoffs. Remember that 7-8 in 1 year, and that was so disappointing. They beat Arizona, then they got destroyed by a very powerful Seattle Seahawks team, and then they improved a lot last year by getting to the Super Bowl for 2015. But we'll see what Ron Rivera has in store for the Panthers. Very, very well that he probably felt like his job was in jeopardy if the Panthers didn't get off to a good start. You got to remember, for a while they had to battle with the Atlanta Falcons before they took control of the entire NFC South Division.
Yeah. Last one for me. I'm gonna go with. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Oakland Raiders. I think they're gonna be not only the best team in the AFC West, but I think they'll be the best team in the AFC. These young guys are going to put a foot knee deep in everybody's ass. I know I've been the lone quasi-Raider guy here on the show with the upset specials over the last couple years, but I just like what I see where this organization is going. These guys are ready to rock and roll, and I think that it's gonna be a good year for the men in black and gray.
You know what? Silver and black, and I think, Josh, we wonder what this Raider team will be. I mean, this year. I mean, I think, they're going to be the threat, like I pointed out when I didn't mention Patriots. The reason why with this segment is because I wanted to kind of talk about when I came up with mine, to be more objective and think about teams that could surprise them. I'm glad I put the Raiders at number 1, simply because they're this young team. Last year was better than what 2014 brought for the Raiders. They had that disappointing 2-14 season. Then they ended up, having a better year last year. Not one of the best. They went 7-9, so they improved. The Raiders want to get back to the days, maybe Marcus Allen and Plunkett and Ken the Snake Stabler. I can even go back to the days of when they had Rich Gannon there, when they were so big in the late 90s and early 2000s. I went for the Raiders against the Buccaneers, and of course, Oakland hasn't been the same since they lost that Super Bowl. But this team, you're right, is poised. And I think with Oakland Raider fans is that, the Raiders want to go out strong this year. They realize because they don't know if they're going to be back in Oakland after this year. I think, my opinion is they'll move out of Oakland, and I'm going to tell you, if they move to Las Vegas, which is probably going to end up happening, I'm going to say 99% likely to happen. I honestly think, in my opinion, that the Raiders are it'll be another death blow to Raider fans, just like when Al Davis moved the team from Oakland to L.A. And I remember a lot of people were angry about that when they moved from Oakland to Los Angeles. They said, "God dang it, no, they belong in Oakland. They don't belong in the LA. They don't belong in the LA Coliseum." And so they were there from 1982 to like 1994 and 95. And I could remember, I think it was like in the start of the 96 season. I remember when they played back in Oakland, they were so thrilled with having football back in Oakland. So thrilled about it. But now this talk about them moving out of Oakland is really going to be disappointing. I mean, Las Vegas will always be known as the gambling capital of the world. Now you're going to bring – welcome back, Browning. Now they're going to have the NHL and the NFL there. And I just say, who would want to go? I'd rather go spend time going to the gambling capital of the world and going to shows. And then, of course, people spending time, playing blackjack and playing card games and stuff too. But, yeah, I mean, the Raiders, watch out for them this year, though. I think with the young team that they've got.
All right, so we got that out of the way. Fun segment.
Yeah, good topic.
We'll do some more topics like this throughout the week as we get ready for the final stretch of preseason games next week. That's crazy, man. We already got our standings out of the way. There's no divisions to cover on Friday. Let's see. Let's hook up the on this day quotes. That's what I'm going to do. Just 1 second.
All right. On this day, great segment always with on this.
On that note, make sure you get the Skippy theme going, my friend.
Yeah, I will right now.
All right. Okay, 1 second. All right, here we go. By the way, On This Day is brought to you by Dairy Queen of Hebron. Also sponsored by DraftKings. Make sure you go to DraftKings.com. Daily fantasy and all that good stuff. Football season is back. Make sure you go to DraftKings.com. All right, here we go. On this day, 1950, Althea Gibson became the first black tennis player to be accepted into a national competition. That's pretty cool. On this day, 1951, 75,000 people watched the Harlem Globetrotters perform. It was the largest crowd to see a basketball game at the time. I think that record was shattered when they had that All-Star game at Cowboy Stadium, or the Jerry Jones Blowhard Stadium.
Oh yeah, and that's right.
Jerry World, yeah. On this day, 1972, due to its racial policies, Rhodesia was asked to withdraw from the 20th Olympic Summer Games. I'm sorry, guys, if I got that country wrong, but I couldn't pronounce it to save my life. Anyways, on this day, 1989, Nolan Ryan became the first Major League pitcher to strike out 5,000 batters. That's a good trivia question right there.
Yeah.
How many? Who was the first person to have 5,000 strikeouts? Oh, man. All right. Honestly, 2001, Brett Hall signed a 2-year, $9 million contract with the Red Wings. Brett Hall is son of Bobby Hall, former Chicago Blackhawk. Honestly, 2003, Albert Pujols went 0 for 5 to end the 30-game hitting streak. Man, I feel bad for Pujols, man. That guy had a great run in St. Louis. They were in title contention almost every year when he was out there, and now he's just stuck in limbo with the Angels. Like earlier this year, I forgot that Pujols was still playing.
I agree with that, and the 2 championships he won. The Cardinals ended a drought in 2006. They ended that 24-year drought. And then they were able to win it 5 years later against a very good Texas Rangers team. And then after the 2011 season, where does he go? He goes to the Angels. And look where the Angels are right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, birthday shout-outs. Here we go. Happy 38th birthday to James Corden, who has the late-night show on CBS. Happy birthday to the Usos. Former WWE Tag Team Champions, Browning. There you go. The Usos. They turned 31. Happy birthday to one of the hot actresses, in my opinion, Kristen Wiig. She turned 43 today. She was from Saturday Night Live, too, so that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Happy birthday to Adrian Neville. He turned 30 today, Browning. Yep. Happy birthday to Randall Cobb of the Packers. He turned 26. Braden Shin, hockey player. He turned 25. Let's see who else we can give shout-outs to. Keith Powers. He played the brother of Dr. Dre in the Straight Outta Compton movie. He turned 24 today. It's cool. What else? Just 1 second, boys. Just 1 second. Oh, here we go. Sean, I think you may know this guy. Happy birthday to the late, great Ray Bradbury. You ever heard of the author Ray Bradbury?
I think so. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I have heard of Ray Bradbury.
He was born in Los Angeles, Illinois. Holy crap, I didn't know there was a Los Angeles, Illinois.
Wow.
That's crazy. I won't say that's terrible, but that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ray, yeah, he was the one that made To Kill a Mockingbird, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I had to study about To Kill a Mockingbird my sophomore year in high school.
Yeah, well, that's the birthday shout-out. So I want to give a shout-out to Jeremy, my godmother's boyfriend, who I got to watch the show last night at SummerSlam. Happy birthday to him as well. I want to get that out of the way. Anyways, boys, we got the birthday shout-outs out of the way. Let's get ready to rock and roll for some comedy. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the time of day when an hour develops when a comedy gets really blown out of proportion. I'm here, and I know very, very well that anytime we mention Skip Bayless, we realize that I grunt. And I throw things. I get upset, and I get fed up with all this crap. We got Browning here who gets a big laugh out of it. Josh gets a big laugh out of it. Justin's like, whoa, wow, watch out. And even the Snowman and Frank here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time. It's the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
It is time for the Skippy Bayless Bash. Skip Bayless talks crap all day long, and now it is our turn. We all know Bayless is a moron, but now
the real stars fight back. One more time.
It is time for the Skippy Bayless Bash. Skip Bayless talks crap all day long, and now it is our turn. We all know Bayless is a moron, but now
The real stars fight back. I caught it just in time.
All right. Skippy Bayless Bash Hour brought to you by the great people of Wolfang Builders, Dairy Queen of Hebron, Hebron Hawks, also ASN Arena Sports Network, and DraftKings.com. All right. We have Brownie. I'm gonna have to rely on you now, bud, because as you know, every time I reveal how many miles I use WrestleMania Stadium in it, so better get out that Wikipedia.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We have a WrestleMania Phoenix University of Phoenix Stadium level of quotes.
Oh, no. What, 33?
And that's at Camping World Stadium. Nice try. Think about it. Which WrestleMania was in Phoenix, Arizona? Home of the Cardinals.
Okay. 25.
Close.
24.
And
Higher.
what?
Is that higher?
No.
20, 27.
Closer.
48.
And
26.
there you go, Sean. Bronny, you should be ashamed of yourself. How are we going to let somebody who's not even a wrestling fan get that before you? That's terrible. Yeah, 26 miles.
Oh, my
Bronny.
God. Wow.
Well, what a way to start off this week. Holy moly. All right, here we go. Let's start off with Sean, obviously, since he's the main target on this bash shower. Here we go. Skip Bayless said to mine. My Boston Bruins will trade Zdeno Chara and Brad Marchand to the Chicago Blackhawks for draft picks.
That's bullshit! That's not going to happen! Zdeno Chara and Brad Marchand will not set foot in the Windy City. The Blackhawks got all their talent. They got Patrick Kane. They got all this other talent. What more do they want? Skip Bayless, the Bruins will not get rid of Zdeno Chara and Brad Marchand. You jealous SOB. Shut your yap! Next!
All right. This one will get Sean off his seat. Here we go. Skippy Bayless said that Sweet Caroline's the worst sports song of all time.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh, here we go.
God dang it.
Hey, you know what? To get to see this and comedy, this takes my mind off the ridiculous complaining I see about SummerSlam last night, Brownie.
Yeah.
Hey, we both enjoyed the show. That's what matters, right?
Sweet Caroline is a great song, Skip Bayless. I sang it when I was at Fenway Park last year.
And they lost.
Oh, please, don't remind me about that. They had a chance to win the game.
Well, they didn't.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Here's another one. Maybe we'll get off his seat for this one.
He did.
Skippy Bayless said that Joe Torre is 10 times a better coach than Bill Belichick.
You know what? I don't think I'm going to get off my seat for this one.
Oh, come on.
I have to say,
Come on, it's the Yankees versus Patriots
you know
quote.
what? I do hate the Yankees. I always will hate the Yankees since they're our arch rivals. You can consider calling it a tie because both of them are very, very good.
See ya! A home run for A-Rod!
Matter. A-Royd is off the
It's an
guy.
A-bomb for A-Rod!
That guy, you know what? That broadcaster, I think, who is it? Is the most overrated Yankee.
Oh, don't start.
Oh.
Don't start with Michael Caine, man. That guy is funny. I like his radio show. All right.
Oh, man.
All right, here's another one for Sean. This one will definitely get him off his seat.
All right.
Skippy Bale said that David Ortiz should have ended his career with a team that was actually good in the AL East.
You stupid! Oh my God! Oh,
Stupid idiot.
God dang lousy idiot!
Whoa!
I cannot believe the stuff that was just said.
Hey,
Oh!
hey,
Goodness!
you can let your anger on your dad on the pillows now. That's pretty cool.
I cannot believe what I just heard.
Oh, that's
How
funny.
could you say such a thing, Skip? He's a Red Sox, and he'll retire as a Red Sox, you numbnut.
All right, let's give Sean a break before he has a heart attack.
Goodness.
All right, this one's for Brownie. Brownie makes the funny facial expressions after Sean laughs at him. All right, here we go. Skip Bayless in mind. With the 2017, 2018, and 2019 first pick in the NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select. He's basically saying the Eagles are going to have the first picks for the next couple drafts because they're going to suck.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, no. He turned the camera off.
Hey, yeah, Browning. I mean, the Eagles could, need to hire former players to coach their team, and now,
Yeah, get Herm Edwards out there.
then for the next few years, the Eagles will have the first pick in the draft for the next few
That's
years.
terrible. That's funny, man.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
Anything
Browning.
on that?
Anything out of that, Browning?
I just hope the Eagles do good this year. They're Chip Kelly run 2 seasons.
Chip Kelly sucks.
Yeah, sorry, man.
All right, here we go. Let's go for another one. I'm gonna.
Oh, no.
Here we go. Scooby Bale said Mookie Betts uses more PEDs than A-Rod does.
That is the biggest bunch of BS Oh, God dang, you lousy, stupid Skip.
Don't forget Skip Bayless on Fox Sports 1, September 6th.
Oh,
New quotes.
with him in the fall. Oh, give me strength. Oh, goodness. Mookie Betts is arguably a great hitter, Skip. You're just jealous because the guy has been bombs away and lights out. Don't hit me with that. Stupid goddamn moron.
Oh, man.
Oh no, my screen froze. Damn
Oh.
it. Damn it. Alright, here we go, I'm back. Alright, Sean, you ready for this next one?
And I gotta say this too, Skip Bayless. Maybe you should stop taking PEDs because you've probably been taking them. That's why you say all the goddamn nonsense, you idiot.
No evidence. Alright, here we go. Scooby Bayless said in mind. My New England Patriots will start out 0-6 in the NFL season.
That's not going to happen. New England's going to be just
Come on,
fine.
Sean.
I'm sure they're going to.
No, they're not. Garoppolo has been impressive. I like what I've seen out of Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Myself a Jimmy Garoppolo jersey. I know. I got a Brady jersey. I can get a Jimmy Garoppolo jersey.
That's terrible. Oh man! All right, here we go. Use another one for Sean that I haven't used in a long time.
Oh.
I've been waiting for you to use this quote for a long time.
Oh. Oh, no.
Interesting.
Skippy Bayless said that the 2001, 2004, and 2005 New England Patriots were the most controversial rigged championship wins of all time.
Oh, give me a break! Ah! Oh, man!
Good thing nobody's home. Look at the look in his face when he tells the pillow. That's great.
God dang you, Skip! I'm gonna tell you, Skip.
That's my favorite part when he throws the pillows.
I'm gonna tell you, Skip Bayless, one thing, and that is, you're lucky you're not on a sidewalk. Because if I found you and I saw you walking on a sidewalk, I ought to belt you right in the mouth, and I certainly would have the guts to do it. Nimrod, those championships were earned, and they weren't controversial at all.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. Ready? Rock and roll.
Ready to go.
Okay. I'm going to say this really quick.
Oh, boy.
Get ready, Sean.
Oh, no.
Skippy Bale said that Manny Ramirez is not a top 10 Red Sox of all time.
Yes, he is! Yes, he is!
No, he's not. No, I'm kidding. He is. He
You know
is.
what?
He
I
is.
have to say that is a horrible thing to say as I'm going on the floor looking at my ceiling and just saying that. Why? Why, Skip, do you say this bull crap? What's the point? Manny Ramirez is a top 10 Red Sox, you idiot. He was one of the big, he played a big role in 04 and 07. He won the World Series MVP in 04. Oh, you stupid frickin' idiot. Skip Bayless. Yeah, you stupid blasted goddamn fool. Keep your mouth shut. Think before you talk.
We need to trademark that blasted goddamn fool.
Yeah, blasted doggone fool.
Oh,
Oh, man. Sean, you're a trip. I'll say that you are a trip. All right, here we go. Browning, this is for you. We haven't heard from you in a while.
Oh, yeah, here we go, Browning.
Ski Bale said that
Bzz, bzz, and bzz.
my Cleveland Cavaliers will lose to my
Bzz, bzz,
Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals.
bzz.
Hold up. Let me say something real quick. Didn't you just say a couple weeks ago that the Cavs were still going to beat the Warriors even with Kevin Durant? And
Me?
did he not say that during this segment?
Me?
No, Skip.
Oh, yeah.
What a freaking...
I'm telling you, everybody, Skip Bayless is the biggest flip-flopper in the entire world.
Come on, bro. Make up your mind.
Yeah, Josh can't believe it. He's like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Yeah, he flipped. He
I
flipped.
wish Snowman was here so he could go totally tee off. Skip.
Oh, yeah, you know one of the things that he would have his items up for bid.
yeah, but he said that. He said that a few weeks ago that.
Yeah, he said the Cavs were going to beat the Thunder a couple weeks ago. What a
God.
freaking Nimrod.
Good grief.
Oh, man. Oh, by the way, interesting. Almost everybody's going back to school today.
Yes, exactly. I started college.
Oh, well, I got my broadcasting degree, so I got my school in.
Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, well, thank you very much. I'm getting mine out of a university. That's right.
Yep. You just gotta make that paper now. Once you're out of school, you just gotta make that paper.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Anyways, let's go to the next Give Me quote. Sean, sorry about this one as well.
Oh no! Give me! Oh, help me! Help
Give
me!
me strength. Skippy Bale said that my Boston Red Sox made a mistake signing David Price. They should have got Zach Greinke.
Zach Greinke could not handle the pressure of going to the East Coast and playing for a team like the Red Sox or Yankees.
You sure about that, Sean?
I have to understand and realize that David Price has had his up and down year. He has gotten better in the last few starts. Shut your yap, Skip! Blasted goddamn fool!
Hold up. Do that again. I missed punching the pillows. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
God dang.
Hey, Sean started school today, and he's getting his anger out of her.
Yeah.
This is great.
I've got class. I got a busy day.
Yeah, we all got a busy day.
Another work week.
The case of the Mondays. Oh my God.
The case of the Mondays. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Another Skippy quote. Let's see how Sean reacts to this one.
Yep.
We should do an over and under on how many times Sean punches a pillow.
Well, I get better. I mean, this Nimrod really pisses me off. We can't.
Yeah, we could tell. I swear, one of these days I'm gonna find one quote that's gonna force Sean to take down his entire shrine while we're doing the bash shower.
No. The shrine will always be up, even if I get very, very physically. I mean, even if I get really angry or physically emotional.
Okay, we'll see about that. All right, here we go. Scooby Bale said that the TD Bank North Garden needs to be blown up.
And where the hell are the Bruins and the Celtics supposed to play? Come on! Oh, man, I'm gonna. Oh, God dang it.
Here we go again.
Here it goes.
Yep. Here we go. Just make sure you look at the facial expression he makes as he throws the pillows.
He'll land in the stairs.
This is great therapy.
Yeah, great therapy. Thanks a lot. Stupid frickin' Skip. You goddamn blasted. You blasted fool! Oh.
Do you have any animals there with you, Sean?
I got a monkey that I can
Hold
build.
up. You got a monkey?
No, I'm teasing.
Oh. Oh, yeah, that little stuffed monkey thing you sleep with.
I mean, when I have a son or daughter, I'm gonna give that to he or she when I get married. When I find the right girl one day.
I was going to say something, but I'm going to...
Oh, jeez, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm going to leave that to myself. Maybe I'll put it in the chat room. You'll see.
Oh.
Hold it. I'll type it out right now.
Oh no! What the heck is this?
Just one second.
That's phenomenal.
Here you go.
Oh!
Look at that, Bronny.
The monkey is the only action he gets in that. Oh, for Christ almighty!
Brownie's dying. I can't even see him on the screen. Got him.
Oh, that's good.
Monkey is the only action he gets.
Come on, Bartman. It's all good.
I am not Bartman. I don't even know a cousin by the name of Bartman. Good grief.
Hey,
Brown, who asked for your
hey,
opinion?
Bartman's from Montana, right?
Oh, cut that out. I was born. I'm a Montana native. Cut that out.
Don't hit me with that.
Yeah, don't hit me with that now.
All right. So time 11:20. I'll do a couple more Skibby quotes, and then we'll move on to hot seat or not. We'll maybe wrap up the show a little early. I know Sean's a little busy today. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next quote. Oh man, Skibby said, "Am I?" My Boston Red Sox will lose every game in September.
Bullshit! That's awful to say something like that, Skip. The Red Sox are 9-2 in the last 11 games. Don't hit me with that crap. They just split with Detroit. They're going to do well in Tampa Bay and St. Petersburg, and they're going to go into September with a lot of confidence. They are very close to overtaking Toronto for first place. And you know what, Skip? When the Red Sox do, in fact, hopefully make the playoffs, you'll start praising them, and then you'll say, my Boston Red Sox will win the World Series. My Boston Red Sox.
Oh, God. Stop.
Stop.
I'm pointing out a simple, basic fact.
What?
Oh, God. Stop it with the what.
What?
You know what? There should be a rule that is, we should abolish the word what.
What?
Oh, give me a break.
I had one beer. What? 2 beers. What? 3 beers. What?
1 beer, what? 2 beers, what? 3 beers, what? Yeah.
Shot of whiskey. What? Tequila. Walmart alcohol. What?
By the way, go to Walmart and go to Subway to get your pizza at Subway.
Oh God, yeah. You before you know it, you're gonna get your haircut at Subway too. But come on, Josh, they got great sandwiches there. You can get your haircut there too at the same time.
Ooh.
All right, Brownie, you ready for your quote? Here you go.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Skippy Bayless said that the 04 Eagles are the biggest disappointment in Philadelphia sports history.
You know what? I can happen to agree with that because.
Oh God, here we go. Here's Sean to rub it in.
Because who did they lose to the Super Bowl in February of 05? Browning, and I should have met you a long time ago when that happened. I would have given you Kleenex and tissues to help you drown your sorrows after the Patriots beat the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Just like Josh needed that after I beat him in the bet, in the first ever bet we had against each other. I'm kidding as I say it. Yeah, Browning, go. Oh, look at that face. Browning's thinking of something.
I think the Patriots would go 0-6 this coming season with Patriots ready.
Ooh.
Browning, that's more like the Eagles who will start 0-6, and the Patriots will be 2-0. But you stop it with the what? Yeah, and don't forget, Browning, who did the Eagles lose to in that Super Bowl after the disappointing 04 season? The Patriots, buddy. The Patriots.
Don't hit me with that.
And Josh was probably saying that was a Z of a Super Bowl. Paul McCartney and Wings performed that year, remember?
That was the only good thing about that Super Bowl.
Paul McCartney and Wings? What about
Hell,
that?
it was in freaking Jacksonville.
It was and you know what?
You know, Super Bowl sucks when you play in the home of the Jaguars.
Well, come on, it's Jacksonville. There's a lot to do down there in Jacksonville,
No,
Florida.
there's not. Stop lying to yourself.
Well, come on. I mean, they got an ocean right there. You go swimming up the Atlantic Ocean.
Everybody has an ocean or a lake. Hell, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho has a freaking lake. Was it Lake Coeur d'Alene?
Lake Coeur d'Alene, that's where I go swimming. I went there back in late June. Yeah.
Oh, God. Sean swimming? Oh, God.
Oh, come on. I'm not a bad swimmer.
Oh, yeah. Are you Michael Phelps?
Not even close to Michael Phelps.
Man. Please, whatever you do, this time when the Olympics come back, please don't try to convince me to watch the Olympics. It's not happening. I'm not watching fencing. I'm not watching archery. I'm not doing it.
Water polo. The women's in water polo.
Who cares about water polo? Yeah, before you know, they're going to shoot stuff out of our ass. That's going to be in the Olympic sport. All right, here we go. Sean, ready for your next quote?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. All right, Skip Bayless said that Josh Beckett is not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, goddamn right he's a Hall of Famer. He was 20-7 that year for the 07 Red Sox. Don't hit me with that bullcrap, Skip. You're not a Hall of Famer. You're the most overrated jerk I've ever heard of on Sports Talk. You're not a Hall of Famer. You don't deserve awards or anything, you Nimrod.
You Nimrod, I like that. All right, here we go. Last Skippy quote of the day. Here we go. Get Sean off his seat. Skippy Bayless said that while Peyton Manning did not get fined with HGH, Tom Brady will be fined with HGH before he retires. Whoa!
Oh.
Sean just went Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, that is the worst thing to say about one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL who's done a lot for this game, Skip.
Yeah, there's a lot of veracity in that throw. Holy crap.
I was angry. Skip Bayless, you stop talking about every Boston sports team and keep your mouth shut because you don't know how to keep You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man. Hey, you should apologize for Manning for accusing him of using HGH.
Why
Yeah,
should
no
I?
evidence.
Why should I apologize? Yeah.
I need apology.
All right, I apologize for what I said about Peyton Manning as HGH.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. As long as you get rid of those stupid Nationwide's on your side, stop singing it or go. Or you know what? If you want to keep it up, team up with Peyton. He'll teach you how to sing it. Lovely.
Don't hit me. Please don't hit me with that crap.
I'm glad that's the end of the bash hour.
And then they'll have some more quotes tomorrow.
Please help me, Lord.
Actually, I don't know if we're actually going to have a show tomorrow, actually, because Justin's not going to be here. I know a lot of people are going to be busy tomorrow. All right, here we go.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Hall of Famer bust. That's what we're going to do before we go to the spoken word. Don't forget, tonight, Monday Night Raw, third consecutive straight sellout at the Barclays Center for the WWE. That's a very big accomplishment. So check out.
Well, I thought you were going to talk about the Raw preview or something.
Well, I had no time, man. I was going to do it with Justin, but he's not here.
All right. Hall of Famer bust. Here we go.
Hall of Famer bust. Here we go. No, hot seat or not. That's what the topic is today. Yeah, hot. It's Monday. Mondays is hot seat or not. Yep.
On this 22nd of August. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Hot seat. John Farrell.
Right now, I am not. It really depends on how well he manages down the stretch. I'm going to probably still say that a lot of Red Sox fans are still saying that he possibly is on the hot seat right now. A lot of people have been blaming him a lot this year in Boston and all of New England, and me especially, since I've made my calls into a freaking panda alert.
What? What?
All right. So here's what I'm going to say. What did the panda do? That's every time I hear that doorbell ring, the doorbell, I always know that something has to do with Panda. There we go.
What? No, I'm kidding.
Panda was seen doing what?
Panda was found walking out of a Arby's with 30 cases of ground beef sandwiches.
What's the matter with having a little bit of a sandwich here, for crying out loud?
Yeah, okay, one's fine, but 30?
He was hungry. What's he supposed to do, starve? Come on, he was hungry. Back to Hall of Famer bust with Farrell. I'm not sure, though.
No, okay, I'm sorry. I want to get your reaction to that one.
I was like, oh, another Panda. I don't know. I know it just a lot of Red Sox fans. I have the WEEI application.
Oh, boy.
And a lot of Red Sox fans have been very fed up with Farrell and some of his managerial decisions that he's made. And, I mean, the bullpen is a very, very big mess. Right now, I might still give him the hot seat, maybe by an edge. It just depends on how well he does in the month of September. It depends. It really does. I mean, they're not bad. They're 12-8 in the month of August.
Correct. All right. Next one. Hot seat or not?
Mm-hmm.
The Ryan boys.
Not on the hot seat. I'm going to vote no.
Oh, no.
I honestly, well, it's Rex Ryan's second year. He brought in his brother Rob Ryan to work with that defense, and Rex can be the coach, but I don't think the Ryan brothers are on the hot seat. No, I'm gonna give them a pass. I'm gonna give them a pass this year, maybe next year. Who knows?
All right, here we go. All right, Browning. Here we go.
Okay.
Hot seat or not? Tyronn Lue.
No.
But come on, LeBron coaches the team.
I'm going to vote no. He is not on the hot seat. I think if they had lost to Golden State in the NBA Finals back in June, he possibly could have been dismissed as head coach of the Cavaliers. He could have been. And David Blatt got a pass until he got fired in the month of January. But we'll see. I don't think Tyronn Lue is on the hot seat since he's now an NBA champion as a coach.
Correct. All right, a couple more, then we'll head out of here. Hot seats or not?
Mm-hmm.
I can't say Joe Girardi. We already did that already.
Yeah.
Buck Showalter, go.
Right now, I'm going to vote hot seat. The Orioles are really slumping bad. They are realizing that if they don't get it together, they're going to be watching the playoffs from home. They just lost 3 out of 4 against the Houston Astros. They got a very tough Nationals team coming in tonight. Orioles don't get it together. For reals, I do see Showalter being out as manager of the Orioles. Baltimore is good at home, but starting to struggle a little bit at home. I mean, the Red Sox swept them. They lost to the Astros, like I pointed out. It doesn't get any easier. Now you're playing a Nationals team that's the best in the National League East. And yeah, I agree. Yeah, Browning says hot seat. It's not going to get any easier for them. What do you think?
I don't know. I get a Jeff Fisher vibe from Buck Showalter. Sometimes he makes playoffs, but the rest of the year he's kind of like 50-50.
You know what? Before you go on, I do give him props for turning the Orioles around because from '98 to 2011, they were always the laughingstock team. They were always a laughingstock, and they were fading when Cal Ripken Jr. Retired from baseball. After the 01 season. So I would have to say with the Orioles, there's no doubt that he's done a great job of turning the team around. 2012, they took the Yankees to 5 games. 2014, he won a playoff series by getting them to the ALCS before they got swept by Kansas City. So he's done a good job with the Baltimore team. But right now, he is on the hot seat because of the way things are looking right now. Not very pretty down there in Baltimore, Maryland.
All right, last one for today. Here we go. Let's see. One of Sean's favorites, Doc Rivers.
Well, I'm going to say right now he is on the hot seat for Doc Rivers. The Clippers, they got beat by the Portland Trailblazers. I believe it was in 6 games back in the quarterfinals this year. I think that if the Clippers do not do their part and do not win this year for the Clippers, he'll be out. The Clippers have got Paul Pierce, they got Chris Paul, they've got Blake Griffin, who was almost very close to being traded this year during the summer, but I just don't see it getting. I just see him getting let go. I mean, I don't think the Clippers have recovered since they blew a 3-1 lead to Houston when they had a chance to go to the Western Conference Finals, which was last year.
I agree. That's
a good job.
Yeah, he's a good coach. It's just so it's weird. Every time you think the Clippers are going to take that next step, one of those guys either gets suspended or somebody gets hurt. Clippers can't ever catch a break.
I have respect for Doc, and I always will, because the job that he did when he came to Boston, and when he coached Boston, he did a great job of turning that team around, and of course he was able to add a championship to his resume as a coach.
Yeah.
He went to the Clippers. I mean, the Celtics traded him to the Clippers, and he went down there because he was a former player of the Clippers. But he wants to win the championship bad, and they had to overcome a lot. They had to deal with the Donald Sterling controversy, which was really, really bad, and it was ugly. That he had to deal with that, and so and then the NBA fired him and terminated him for anything dealing with basketball, especially when he came to the laughingstock Clippers, who are now trying to overtake the LA Lakers as the king of LA. But they'll always be known as the little brother because the Lakers are always the older brother because they have been more successful than the Clippers.
All right. Let's get to the spoken word. Let's start off with Browning.
All right. My spoken word is it was a good show. It was a good show for to see Sean go to pillows, hashtag go to pillows. And the best one was where he go to pillow when he almost hit his computer earlier. But anyway.
Yeah, you would say that, Browning. You're always happy when well, he pissed me off. That HGH comment about Brady really pisses me off still.
Finished it off with a bang, right?
Yeah, a lot of pellet throwing happened on that last quote.
It's really
Yeah.
good show, like it always is. That's my total word.
All right. Sean, you're up next, my friend. Go ahead.
All right, everybody, just be cool today. Be happy. We had a great show as always. We'll be back tomorrow with some more sports talk for the Sports Drive on the 22nd of August. I'm glad I am finally getting back to normal. I still got a little bit of this bronchial crap inside of me, but I am sounding a lot better. Apparently, Josh would agree with that, and Browning would too. My apologies to everybody about last week and being sick. It was just, it was not a very good week for me last week with this crap that's going on. I would always agree with what my good friend Justin said, and that is, be patient, be cool. We're just a few weeks away from the NFL season, September 8th, which is coming up. So be cool with it and be happy. Like I've always said, heck with what people think about making the little things into big things. It's not worth it. It's not worth the time and the energy and the effort to deal with the negativity. And screw social media. Hell with it. I mean, it's not worth my time. I have done a lot better. I think, Josh, you can definitely agree. You don't see me sharing a lot of stuff like I used to because it's boring, okay? I just, people live on Facebook or on Twitter with no lives. Just get off of it and be happy and keep yourself occupied and keep yourself busy. And even though you're busy, don't forget to have a happy life. Life is way too short to always be negative all the time. And so be positive. And I had a great time. Skip Bayless, you're a Nimrod as always. And we'll be back tomorrow. And just always be safe.
In the immortal words of the great Big Win himself, Frank Sprinkle, be the authentic product that is yourself.
Indeed. Simple
as that. Start off the week in a positive light. Don't hit me with I got the case of the Mondays crap. I don't want to hear it. Let's have a fun week. I'm going to enjoy Raw tonight. I'm sure Brownie will enjoy it too. Hey, man, just because you see something on social media, you see a lot of people complain about stuff, don't think that the show sucked just because somebody said that on social media. That's BS. Was it a long show? Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I had a great time covering it last night. And Browning, you're a big wrestling fan just like I, and you enjoyed the show too, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I did.
Yep. All right, guys. Make sure to follow Brownie Master at Twitter at Brownie Master. It's pretty simple. Follow the Walmart boy at Twitter at SeanManASN as he's looking at nude photos right now. You can follow me at Twitter at WC Josh Lopez. We'll keep you guys posted as far as our show tomorrow. Whether or not we'll do it, we'll put it on Twitter at DSports_Drive on Twitter. All right, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Fun show as always. And we'll talk to y'all later.
Peace.
Peace, goodbye, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Adios.